That's
Going
my
on
bad.
sound?
Thank you for the sound. I got the sound fixed. Andrew says, yeah, 10 years ago, car audio did a lot for the sales, but not so much nowadays. Um,
Hmm.
Speaking of which, so I did want to ask you this, since you said you're ancient and whatnot. Let's see, are we back live on YouTube?
I just yes,
Okay, on the
yes.
same feed.
No, I don't. I had to click out and click back in.
Okay, so let
It
me do
might be
that
it might be a different.
because I can't see any text on YouTube right now, so that's why I was just checking. Um, uh, oops. Anyway, so being 67 years old, sir, uh, what is the biggest thing you've seen change, or what is the what would you say is the most game-changing thing you've seen in car audio in your 67 years?
Good question.
Well, if you want to include 8-track,
Yeah,
cassette
whatever.
player,
Just
Ah,
since you've been
uh,
involved in audio. I mean, you've been
pro-
involved in audio for a long
some of
time.
it, some of it, some of it, I played a role in it, but some
Yeah,
I didn't.
yeah.
The 8-track to cassette player. Now, cassette player, I in the '60s, I was doing dubbing, copying cassette from one to another. You know, and to do that, I had dual cassette player techniques made. Techniques was Panasonic company,
Mhm.
and I had Super Unrest from JVC, and I started to tweak the head on them. Doug, I would buy. I owned also Nakamichi. I would buy the Nakamichi head and put it into the JVC and bias it so it reads 20K. You know what I mean?
Uh
I
huh.
played with that. That was in the late '60s, '69, '70. My
Mhm.
sister was a manager, general manager of Philips, so I had access to a lot of that crap. So,
Okay.
and then, as you know, cassette went out, and here comes the CD.
Uh huh.
And it was first a CD. It was a single CD. You put it in a plastic protection and loaded it up. And then it became 10 disc changer, 6 disc changer, 10,
Right.
and then 100 disc jockey, right?
wow.
In the home side, it moved from the vinyl 45 and the 33, and it moved on. I mean, those are in my days. That's what I saw. In the car side, there was a 8-track. You could see a trucker had it. They put it in, and it had that. That had a pretty good sound. And then there were the cassette player also, and that has fairly good sound. And the problem, you couldn't put the song you want. You have to wound and
Yep.
unwound. It was mechanical,
Mhm.
not like a CD skip to the next one or whatever.
Right.
Those are changes in my time. On the amplifier, again, we had a pulse width modulated power supply born. It depends what voltage gain circuit from 12 to 50, 12 to 100, or 12 to 24. It depends. As everything starts, the early adapter, the first guys we play with are the guys like you guys, the specialists.
Mhm.
And those guys were willing to buy something that broke and you had to fix it often because once it's perfected, the big corporations steal it. And that moved from pulse width modulated power supply to drive a class AB amp, then class a G amp, which is multi-step power supply, like later on maybe Hyphonic or other people,
Okay.
and uh, and then class D amp was not born until Harris Semiconductor in Florida and Melbourne made the chip 4080 HIP, which AMMAT contributed into the development of it, of the
Oh.
application at the time. I was involved in that deal. So AMMAT has an exclusive for a couple of years on car audio launching of application for that.
Okay.
So if any of these were to be considered big weapon, it probably be the Class D amp
Okay. You
that went after the hiker. Yeah,
you think that's what changed
and
in car audio the
Biggest.
most over the time, huh?
the biggest. because you needed high current to drive those crazy amount of subwoofer.
Yeah.
And Class AB would need more batteries. It would heat up and shit. I mean, right now we have the shredder amp, the newest design. It
Mm-hmm.
runs with music. So let me give you an example of efficiency. Whether it's the shredder earthquake, whether it's the MMAT that uses a 4080 HIP, you measure it on the lab with dummy load, it runs 98% efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put reactive load like a woofer and put
Mhm.
music, it drops right away to maybe 70%, 65%. Still very good.
Yeah.
Class AB with music is 42%.
Right.
Class AB is not 60%.
Mm-hmm.
It's 42.
Mm-hmm.
It's 60, 67 on lab measurement. Now, the new design multi-step power supply and output, Class D, that we make, for instance, it stays at 98 no matter what you do, and full range. So that's a huge chunk. But who allowed all these technologies? The Class D chip from Harris, 4080 HIP, which now most of the amp are building discrete mimic of it. Maybe Texas Instrument made some, IR, but the original company that put in the money was Harris.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I agree. Don Hebig, real quick, says most game changing thing is number one, the sensor for car audio. Number two,
True.
the amount of power that we can do. Number three, woofer technology just changed drastically over that time. Number four,
Oh yeah, yeah.
research towards enclosures in audio. And he's been a big part of the
Right.
research in the enclosures, is what he said. So, and he has.
Yes,
Uh,
100% right.
so,
He's right.
yeah.
He's right.
Sensor, yeah.
Andrew McCain also wants to know what other brands does Earthquake compare to right now? Is there any other brand that, and
Well,
what are your most popular
I
equipment you sell right now and why?
okay. So here's my teaching, if I may say
Mm-hmm.
the word teaching. Uh, you want a spider, for example. I'm going straight to the weakest part. The weakest part in a woofer are two: the spider and the surround that you see. If these are not match component to allow the surround to be used, you put large surround and you have a dinky spider, the OD on it is 5, 6 inch, you're never gonna benefit. So you wasted piston area you're not gonna have the movement. If you look carefully, the spiders like on my Sub-Zero US made is on a 12-inch woofer, it's 11. It's just right away drop, big spider. So what does that mean? The spider job is to eliminate the voice call from rubbing on a T-yoke, but not to stop it. What should stop it is the compliance. Whatever you put in the box, the size of the box. JL Audio built like that too on a W7.
Okay.
We're very similar in the way we teach in that regard. Now there might be other companies. I don't know which one. So if you, I mean, we tool our own tooling, for instance, at Earthquake. All of our baskets on the high end is made by us. Like you see the 12 spoke basket that Mike Bidney used to have.
Mm-hmm.
We've used that. It's good, but it only have 8 inch, 8 inch spider size. When you cut off 3 inch voice call, you barely have an inch and quarter per side. How much movement you're gonna get out of it? So what we did, we buy that basket, put a plastic ring, increase the 8 inch spider to 10 inch, and increase the excursion to 1.5 each way. So those are the methods that you can see right at the get-go with the difference between Earthquake. Who's similar to us without looking at other brand, probably JLW7, Sub-Zero are similar in construction. We believe we're better. We
Mm-hmm.
have we spend more money, and plus we're half the price or less.
Okay.
Now, there are many good products. It depends what you're doing. If you're not looking for huge excursion to do, most everybody knows how to make woofer. There are no bad woofers on the market today. Everybody have good woofer. The
Mm-hmm.
question become, is it blonde, blue eyes, big tits, and she cook? Or is it just
She
brunette
cooked.
and she cooks and big titties? I mean, it's a
Yeah.
matter of taste and style.
Interesting analogy.
I'm a, yeah, I'm an old guy, but I,
um.
and my wife
So
is, and my wife is killing my dog. Not killing him or shooting. No, she's cutting. She's she's
Oh
snipping.
yeah, she's snipping him. He's getting
Oh.
the snips today. That's right. You told me that. So then, what's your most popular equipment you're selling right now?
And the 12 volt or the home.
Both.
Most like home audio supernova subwoofer, which use my passive radiator. We
Oh,
have been selected as
supernova.
the best subwoofer in home audio. It says there might be better subwoofer. But I haven't heard them. That's what Tom whatever his name, Steven Stone from Audiophile says. And that, I mean, we get reviews like this. SPL measurement by Widescreen Review beat everybody. In the car side, we have the Holy S.
Hmm.
You can go online on YouTube, just put Holy S15. There's a nerd in Jordan. His car, the waveform on the wall of the VW, red VW, he's nuts. That guy uses one woofer, three alternator, and Varta battery, like 8 or 10, and one of the 20,000 watt amp that we have. And when he closes the door, there are video where his window pops out. They are, when he put the low frequency after the door closed, the ribs between the front door and the rear, waveform goes like that. You see the steel bending about an inch, leak in the air. He straps it and it pops the window.
Dang.
If you don't, yeah, that woofer is 4 Spider, 12-inch diameter OD. So it moves quite a bit.
All right.
Yeah.
So Don says shredder amps and mats. This is right when you were saying it, etc. Were the game changers for him back in 2000, and I would agree with them.
He's right.
The mats was a phenomenal amp. The shredder was a little bit bigger, but they were so much smaller than the other guys that were trying to make amps of similar power. They were very, very good amps for their time for sure.
You know, Hyphonic Colossus. You know how
Yeah.
big it is? It's 3 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. We measured the MMAT and the Colossus. They were the same power. And I'm talking MMAT.
Yeah.
This big.
Yeah, dude, the M Mats was awesome because you can actually. I
Is
actually
he
had a
still in
friend.
business? Is MMAT?
Yes, I
Is
think
MMAT
so.
still
Yeah.
in business?
Yes, I think so. I saw some new stuff from them. I don't know, like 8 months ago, but
Is that the same owner? Stan? Is that Stan still?
that I don't know. But I will tell you, when I first got an M Mats, a 3,000 watt amp, I was able to literally stick it inside the door of a car.
Give this to your mom.
And so I installed it inside of a door. Oh, there's the poor cut baby, huh?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
I came to
not
give
yet.
him a medicine.
No.
So Andrew wants
He's 11 months.
11 months old. He's loving on you.
Yeah.
Andrew wants to know is Earthquake all U.S. Made?
No, nothing. No one. We have you can tell by the price. If it's expensive, it is. So we have the Magma, we have the DBXI, and we have the Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero and Holy S are 100% U.S. made. And I tell people it's made in the USA by Mexicans because they think some white guy is doing it.
Oh.
I mess with the customer. Yeah. Well.
Oops.
Yes.
There you go. Anyway, yeah. So like I said, you have some really cool stuff. I will say back in about 2010, I think. So Carlos was still working for you at the time, and you just moved him into the home audio stuff. And so I went to CES, and he showed me some of your home audio stuff, and I was like, this stuff is really cool. And I really appreciate it.
I want your listener to do both. I want your listener to do home and car. I'll tell you why. They'll make more money. They'll have their heart fulfilled with the car audio, and they'll have their pocket fulfilled with the home audio.
There you go, Andrew. Andrew at your shop, start selling home audio.
You are already there, Andrew. You already have the shop, the overhead. Put in there couple of in ceiling speak, and you'll make the money cutting a hole in the sheetrock. As a joke.
Yeah. So the house I'm building, Andrew says earthquake home audio. Yes, sir. Uh, follow that link, and I mean, like I said, their home audio is really cool. They have home audio amps. They got the bass shakers for you guys that don't know. You attach them. You can use them in your car. That was one of the things. So if you have like a soccer mom, you can just put a bass shaker on the front seat of the vehicle, and and you can, and it becomes like its own little tiny
Just like
woofer.
bass.
Yeah.
There's your bass
and
fix.
but
Let me tell you.
all right.
Let me tell you, and I'm not getting rich with this. I have my son. He bought my son. He was at high school at Sarah High School, and all these guys, they play bass, and then the police were cranking on a SPL, giving you ticket and all. So I went to the BMW seat, and in the front, if you can unhook the cover, the leather, and lift it up, you'll see the metal frame. I made a pattern for our shaker. It's a 3-legged. I drilled a hole in the metal, dropped 3 screw down from the top, put a nut on to lock the screw from vibrating, and pushed in there directly right into the seat, the little shaker, small one. And then I put an Earthquake Mini D1000 and the remote in the front. If you're sitting in the car on that, you thought it's loud bass, massively loud, because you felt the vibration, and the door speaker were enough to make it feel like sound. And the cops will hear it, not loud, but you felt it. And the best thing yet, his girlfriend loved it. And it does. I'm telling you, you need to do the girlfriend seat as well.
That's why I said the soccer mom thing.
So if those.
Anyway,
Pretty good.
anyway, so yeah, so that's really cool. Like I said, I went and saw that, did the home theater thing. That was really cool. And when I move, I'm definitely gonna talk to you because I have this basement that has empty space, and I love
Doug,
having a great audio stuff.
Come over before you make a hole in your house. It doesn't matter if you buy my stuff. And listen to the 9.42, 944 in the Atmos, and look at the placement and feel the seats and look around. You might come up with a better idea for your own house and not waste money to get to the point where you say, I wish I did different. Or you come to my home before you do anything, and then you'll know what you're going to do.
Yeah, I'm working
Because
in
I'll show
Oakland
you-
tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Just saying.
Okay, so tomorrow I have in the morning the dog thingy, and my eye doctor at 4 p.m. In the middle, I'm free.
All right.
there you
Well,
go.
I think I get off at 1 o'clock, so that might work out.
Oh,
Cool.
come straight over. My guys will run the demo for you.
All right, I'll give you a call because your
I'll
shop's
be
not
there.
very
I'll
far.
be there.
Yeah, your shop's
Yeah.
not very far from
No.
from Oakland.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
Get
want
some
you
video
to
to
hear.
share.
Listen, some of the tracks are crazy. For example, if I put Money from Pink Floyd, it's recorded with 9 channels. Check this out. You'll hear the slot machine in the left speaker, the background on the right, and way behind you, in the rear, behind the side, in the rear, you hear the Money drop it. It's pretty crazy. It circles. Amazing.
That's
I
what
love
Jeffrey wants to go hear. He loves the casino sounds.
I like the actual sounds, though. But man, 9
it. Hey,
channels.
tell Jeffrey, listen, Las Vegas, almost every casino that has a slot machine that vibrate, we did it.
What?
The shaker is in them. So it got you excited. Yeah. It gets you excited. You pull that lever, and if it vibrates, that's our shaker in there.
Like the chair does too, and yeah, I've been on one of those
I don't know if they
machines.
use the chair because we don't do the work. There's a subcontractor. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway,
I like this shaker.
I do too. I think it's a great concept. I think it's awesome. But anyway, hey, we went way over our hour today since I didn't have no bowling because there was nobody. Well, there was nobody to take money from.
Yeah.
And then last week I
there you
showed up
go.
at the bowling alley, and they made a rule against me bowling for money against the guys on that day. So
What's your score?
and it depends. Depends on how much money you got. So
I ain't gonna touch you, boy. Hell no.
let's see. Andrew says the bookshelf speakers jumped from $200 a pair to $1,000 a pair. Why
1,000?
such a massive change in the cost?
Oh, on earthquake?
Yeah.
On earthquake?
Yep.
Okay, that's not a bookshelf. Let me explain, please.
Okay.
That speaker uses Japanese ribbon. So at 67, I wanted to make the best of the best. That Japanese ribbon speaker on it cost me 56 in ground in Japan each. So that's right after got 110. They raised it to 60. The Kevlar cone down below uses the biggest nail on the market. Then that has an amplifier. It has a 300-watt amp on the bottom end and another amp in each speaker. Then I use Qualcomm 5.5 chip Bluetooth that works 2 blocks away. You can connect to this son of a bitch and go 600 feet with an iPhone 15 and still connect to it. Now, it pushes 196K to 24-bit process. It delivers 100% flat quality music. I'm going to demo this for your boy Doug, and Doug will tell you if it's any good.
So I will tell you, I am a huge fan of silk ribbon tweeters, because I'm not a fan of the titanium domes. They're just really harsh for me, and I don't like those. But the ribbons,
because you sit so close to the tweeter in the car, Doug, because you sit so close. If car audio guys were to take those Japanese tweeter, put them in the car, only then they realize what they were missing in quality. Both the passenger and the driver are gonna hear 100% the same. And the wide angle that this push, they are gonna be mid-band almost. Stunning quality. I mean, we sell horn tweeter in the car. I would never ever listen to them. We have nuts buying the cloths around 6-inch and 8-inch in Florida by the dozens. I would never puncture my eardrum with them. There are things in the 12 volt. Now, if in my view, my VTAC speaker is the best speaker I make in the 6-inch, 5-inch. However, in the home audio, this new speaker you looked at, I mean, I'll work if any of you guys need something. I'll compliment you with special price. But these are not cheap.
So Don asked, are they AMT tweeters?
AMT?
I don't know what AMT is. So he
That's
put
a
that
brand?
I don't know.
No, these are from Japan.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know what those
Japan. Honestly, when I'm in China, when I'm doing marketing in China, they don't let me say these are Japanese tweeters. They make me say they're made by me in the U.S. They hate Japan. So in China, I wouldn't say they don't. But I contribute with the suspension improvement with them, but I didn't. This company is a top quality company. They are I mean, I honestly think true Japanese audio product was never garbage.
Right. I mean, the Nakamichi and Yamaha. I know people know Yamaha as other things, but good Lord, man, Yamaha made some awesome audio stuff on the pro side.
We're a lab house. We're a lab for Yamaha. When you come to Earthquake, you'll see a bunch of Yamaha in our lab in the audio room. You'll see audio AV. I mean, yes. We do business with them.
Don says a folded Mylar is AMT, which is a Japanese design.
No, I'm trying to honestly.
Folded
it's not like I'm
tweeter.
hiding secret. I'm forgetting the name of the company that makes the tweeter for us. It's Japanese. It's not this one. And the damn name is on side. If you like took the tweeter, it's written in the back of it. I keep forgetting the name of it. We have Thailand people last week when they saw them. They talked to each other. They said the name. I didn't notice. My brother said they're saying your supplier's name. because those are expensive. I mean, seriously, they're.
Yeah.
I tried to copy them. Okay, and it's I could, Doug,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a bitch. I decided not to.
Just pay the guy that's a professional at it, right? And let
Yeah,
him do the tooling
yeah.
for it and the take the
Wait, wait,
mistakes and eat the
wait till you come.
mistakes.
I'll let you hold one in your hand. You'll know when you hold one.
Okay.
They're using neodymium 5 grade in them, and they have to be opposite charge. So there is an array of 5 and 5, 10 magnet zigzagging like a maze for the coil to zigzag. That's the idea of flat ribbon. So when you're charging them, uh, at Earthquake, we have a machine that charges one polarity. What they have in Japan, they slide it like a they can print the charge on them. They can print a north stop on the first magnet, and the second magnet south is stop. They
Hmm.
they have a special way to do it. So they assemble
And
and
then
they
the
charge the magnet.
electrodes, the electrons don't marry up. Like if you take a normal north and south magnet and you put them, the south will migrate so that it goes
So
to the north, right?
so the way this works,
Mm-hmm.
okay? You have fingers like that,
Mm-hmm.
and this is north, this is south, this is north, this is south, and and these fingers are open at the end. There is no palm. So think of it this way.
Uh-huh.
So the coil start here. I'm gonna make vertical. Start here. It wound this way, and it wound this way, this way, this way. So
Oh,
because the
so they're
voice
broken
coil
by the voice
it
coil.
goes up. Yes,
Got
sir.
you.
So it goes around up and down, and then there is a second layer on top of them.
So they're broken
Opposing. It goes up.
Jeffrey had a little extra
Yeah, I
noise
think
back
that
there.
was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway,
Okay.
the ribbon tweeter technology is available online to see. By
Hmm.
the problem with ribbon. So imagine this is the ribbon, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the voice call goes up and down, up and down. You and I we discuss movement always greater here, away from the suspension around the edges. So what happened, Doug? This area moves 0, 0, 0. So how about here? That moves the most, but the distance from here to here is different from here. So naturally, there's gonna be standing wave here, 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 and here. What the Japanese did, they used a softer suspension in the corner to allow it to compensate for the nonlinearity in the diaphragm. That is the part I contributed with. It allows it to have far less uh, standing wave, and you try to curve it to reduce it, and a
Mm-hmm.
couple of other tricks, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
To get it to move more
But even
Get
that
to move
yeah,
evenly.
evenly with the middle.
yeah,
Right.
and then I didn't make it square. I made it I made it square. I didn't make it this and this is the same.
Hmm.
That's my grandson toy package.
All right, guys. Well, I do think we're gonna wrap this up. Joseph, awesome job tonight. I really appreciate you coming on. Hope you enjoyed yourself with
Yes.
us. Jeffrey, what do you got
Hey, I
behind
hope
you?
I didn't offend any brand.
Oh no, you
I hope
didn't.
I didn't offend any brand. I gave history about everybody, and
Yeah.
I actually congratulated many out there, including Soundstream,
Yes.
JL Audio. I congratulated all these guys, Harris Semiconductor, and Matt.
Yeah.
Those guys have contributed to the art, and Clarion. I don't know where anybody is now.
All right. So what do you have, Jeffrey, behind you?
So we got the show going on this Saturday at Crossfire Car Audio headquarters in Grapevine, Texas. Steve De Los Santos is putting on the event. This is the second annual De Los Santos Memorial Show. He put a post on Facebook today. He says, we have Doe's Barbecue and more. Thanks to Ben Nash with Nash Signs and Designs. So Ben Nash is bringing the barbecue to the event. Also, they're going to be having paletas. For those of you that don't know, it's the they tell me it's the ice cream.
Yes.
Yes, it's
It's
the
a
ice
creamy
cream.
ice cream.
The creamy ice cream. I normally get the lime flavored one, which is really good.
Yep.
The mango is really good with the chamoy and all that too. You guys will have to find out on Saturday. So also want to remind you guys, there's going to be a total of four organizations there. There's going to be
Ooh.
DB Drag Racing. There's going to be USACI, Base Wars, and IASCA. So plan your times accordingly, guys. I was at a show, multiple org, with Doug out in
California.
Autorama.
Yep.
Yes, in California, and I think some people didn't really budget their times accordingly. So came time when we needed them in the lanes for DB drag racing, they were kind of in line for the other orgs. Which, like Doug was saying, if you plan to do multi-org and you're going to do the other organizations, knock those out first, because we're going to be calling you guys to do bracketing rounds and so on and so forth. So I wanted to give you guys that little tip. But yeah, if you guys are in the area, Grapevine, Texas, this Saturday, May 18th, come check it out.
All right, and for me, I'll be in Reno next weekend, and then Brian Nyman's memorial on Sunday at Mello's Auto. That'll be 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'll be at both those this weekend, so keep that in mind. Please come support Brian. Good dude, good family. Stop by the shop.
Hey, Doc, see you
Yes, sir.
tomorrow.
You will see me tomorrow, like a
Yes.
90% unless something comes up, but most likely, yes, sir, you will.
We
Hey,
can
plenty
have
of
lunch
footage.
or something.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Oh, cool.
That is this weekend, Justin. Yes, this weekend. That's Sunday, the 19th. But I have a DB Drag in Reno on Saturday, 3 p.m. start at Baldini's Casino. And so, yeah. But anyway, hey, guys, I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. We went a little long since I don't have bowling this week. So we add a little extra time on here. Joseph's entertaining and has a ton of knowledge. So we always like to have people that know a lot more than me, which is way cool. But once again, I thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys again next week on Monday night at 5:30 California time, the only time that matters. This week in car audio. We out. Peace.
Whoa, whoa.